Everyone, this is Isra Yusuf, and I'm going to review for you the pages we have talked about, which is 220 and 221. This is a lesson for grade 8. It is an English lesson at Finnish Systems Schools. The outcomes that are expected for students to have after this lesson is to understand the summary, to be able to identify the characters, and to understand the plot. Now we talked about the Red Badge of Courage. That is a story of a young, which is Henry Fleming, trying to decide one very vital question. He's trying to question himself, either to run away as a coward, as a afraid person, and escape from death, so that he will not die, or be an honorable soldier. To be an honorable soldier and rush head first into almost certain death in battle at the Civil War front lines. So actually here, the Henry Fleming, he is the main character in this story, in this novel. He is questioning himself. He's confused either to run from the battle or to fight like an honorable soldier. Even though Henry believes in the war effort, he doubts his ability to be courageous because it would require him to ignore his survival instinct. So even he believes that to be a soldier is something that is honorable and so on, but he doubts it. He doubts himself to be courage. So because he wants to be alive, he wants to live longer. Now, we have been talking about the first chapter of this novel. When we meet the young, or the youth, as the novel said, which refers to Henry Fleming, the main character, and the group of Union soldiers that he is hanging out with. Jim Cullen, the tall soldier, or the tall soldier as it is mentioned in the novel, announces that he overheard the superiors discussing the regiment moving to battle soon. So he have heard that they are going to fight soon. They are going to have a battle soon. The men argue over whether or not this is true. So this they are discussing if it was true or not. So they are eager for some action. So they are waiting. They are eager to do some action. Okay. The Red Badge of Courage is actually a novel written by the author, which is Stephen Crane, which is written by Stephen Crane. It is a novel written by Stephen Crane. Now let's talk about the characters. We have here the character which is Henry Fleming. It is the main character and protagonist of the novel. Often referred to as the youth. He referred to Henry in the novel as the youth, fights for the Union Army during the Civil War. He questions his own courage and how he will fight throughout the book. So this is actually Henry's character. He is questioning himself about the courage and if he is going to fight or no. The second character, which is Jim Conklin, Henry's friend, who is Henry's friend, often referred as the tall soldiers, often referred in the novel as a tall soldier. He's also hurt during the regiment's first battle and dies of his wound. He dies at the first, in the battle, he dies because of his wounds. The third character, which is Wolfen, he becomes Henry's closest friend in the regiment, referred to as the loud private. He has referred the loud private. They both gain a reputation as the regiment's best fighters. So Wolfen and Henry Fleming, they both got a reputation as the best fighters. The lieutenant, he is Henry's commander in the battle. He is also a very young commander who swears previously during battles. And Henry worked together he and Henry worked together to motivate the men in the regiments. So he is Henry's commander. Henry's mother, she is in the book for a brief flashback and is only important because she's the one who was trying to stop Henry from enlisting in the army. So she's the one who was trying to stop Henry from being in the army. The plot overview, Henry's regiment is camped along an embankment and has been receiving false orders to start marching. His regiment finally receives real orders and starts marching. They approach a battle where the Confederate army has secured their position and then charge Henry and his regiment. Henry realizes he has been blocked in by his fellow soldiers and cannot run even if he wanted to. His regiment defeats the Confederate regiment and he goes to take a nap. He then finds himself being woken up by a fellow soldier telling him they are being attacked again. So this is actually the plot review, at the first chapter, which is they are in the battle, and they are switching places and so on. Regiment, which mean by regiment, which is a larger group of soldiers. Confederate, which is someone who helps someone else to do something, especially secretly or illegal. The lesson has ended. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson, and please write down the brief definition of each character, the brief summary of each character, the plot and so on your notebooks, because it is really very important so that you can understand the novel. Please don't forget to do your homeworks and check your weekly plans. Stay safe. This is your teacher.